So let's look at the demo for Oracle HCM Cloud on how CloudTestr works.
Welcome to the demonstration of CloudTestr, an enterprise test automation platform by Syneric Technologies. Let's get started. The first thing users see when logging into the CloudTestr platform is the dashboard. From this dashboard, users can view high-level metrics of test case development and test case execution. Users have the ability to filter these metrics by release. And if they'd like a more granular view of status, they can drill down on a progress taskbar. Here, users can view at a more granular level detail the status of test cases. In this case, test cases that are in development. They can change the application here. They can select different products. They can also look by status. If they'd like to view test cases that are in progress, they simply click here. And they get a more detailed list of the test cases that are in progress and or completed. Now let's return to the dashboard and take a look at a test case. CloudTestr provides several search options when looking for test cases. We can search by application, module, function, status, or keyword. In this case, let's take a look at an example of a hired employee test case. The first thing we see upon selecting a test case is a documentation and validation page. Here, users can view screenshots and test descriptions of the test cases. All documentation is downloadable, including screenshots. And can be saved in PDF format. The test descriptions are configurable. We can add as much or as little detail as specified by the client. Let's take a look at the activity log. Here, users see a full accounting of any activity on the test case. They can see if the test case was run, if the data set was edited or data was edited. They can see if it was downloaded as well. Now let's take a look at how test data is managed. Within the platform, we have several ways to manage test data. For test cases that require a single or low number of permutations, we can enter test data here. If we have applications where we have access to the database, we can query the database in real time to fetch data for test cases. For test cases that require a large number of permutations, we can upload a CSV or Excel file here and iterate through each of those permutations, thereby expanding the test coverage of a single test case. Let's take a look at the run history. Here on run history, we see the run history of the actual test case execution. We can see a pass and fail. We can see the instance name where it was conducted. We can see the status. If we drill down deeper into a past test case, we can see the execution documentation. We see the environment it was run in, the browser, the time it took to run, and then we see the test steps. If there are any failed test cases or any failed test steps, those would be indicated at the very top of the documentation. Here we see the screenshot along with the step number and test step information and a status. This documentation is also downloadable as a PDF, which can be used for audit or training purposes. Here again, we see the test case step, description, and status along with an accompanying screenshot. Let's take a look at a test set. Test sets allow us to string together smaller component-level tests to validate complex end-to-end scenarios. Let's take a look. Test sets can be set up to run in a sequential order, whereby the output of the first test case feeds the input of a second test case. Via this functionality, we can build large or complex end-to-end scenarios to validate your business solutions.